Hajra, how was your
My morning,
Hajra, how was your morning?
it was fine. The one thing about me is, आसमान टूट रहा होगा, ज़मीन फट रही होगी, but it doesn't really affect me.
आसमान टूट रहा
रहा
होगा,
होगा,
ज़मीन
ज़मीन
फट
फट रही
रही
होगी. It has to be dramatic, right? So I'm driving my car, and my car basically is letting out this white smoke from the back, and then the car says, "Switch the engine off." I'm at
White smoke?
white smoke. I'm at a junction, and I'm like, I switch the button off, and then मैं junction से उतर गई. Like I just thought कि मैं किसी film में हूँ ना. Like मैं जल्दी से निकल जाऊँ गाड़ी से before anything blast होने वाली होगी गाड़ी,
Oh my
whatever.
God.
But I just got up and very casually I call you. Listen, I'm going to be running late for the podcast. Blah blah blah. Before even making calls, okay, whatever. I didn't even bother telling Abbas that this has happened. Everything is under control. But
But
you know, I'm
what
very chilled out.
happened? What happened?
I don't know. I'm
Your
not the
car
car.
is broken down.
It's broken down.
And it didn't give any indication that like there was something wrong with it, oil change.
No, nothing. It just wanted to go and it wanted to go. And I thought, you
It wanted to
you
go.
are not ruining
It was
my
abused
Monday.
by Hajra.
You're not ruining my Monday morning. And I just kept the car there. And मैंने फिर obviously we're coming to our podcast and we have to do our filming. तो मैंने अपना makeup bag निकाला while all these people are staring at me like ये समझती क्या अपने आप को इसके बाप की सड़क है. And I'm just putting my makeup on. And it was just, it's okay. I'm here now. It's all good.
Okay, so
It's
they've
fine.
taken it and did they say what's wrong with the car or not?
No, I just left my key and I said, I gotta go.
All right.
It's okay. Life goes on. Awkward
does
things
go on.
happen. But awkward things happen. And a guy asked me an awkward question. 2, 3 that stopped by. They're like, did you put the wrong fuel in the car? And I said, why? Just because I'm a woman? They're like, no, because we've done it too. I said, no. I've been driving for 20 years now. I know which fuel to put in my car. No. So coming to that, let's ask each other some awkward questions.
Yeah, so okay, let's have fun.
Let's have
We're
fun.
Do you want to start?
No.
Oh,
No, I'll start. I'll
Okay,
start. But
okay.
listen, we need to have something spicy. If you can't answer, you got to take a bite of the chilies. You have some chilies?
Yes, I have them ready.
Can you eat
did
chilies?
warn
Can
me
you
about
take
the
chilies? Can you take them? Can you take the heat?
I take the heat.
Heat.
Dekho, hum Pakistani hai and we can take some heat. So
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the chilies are here.
There's no cut,
When do
there's
we
no
have the
nothing.
chilies?
If you can't answer a question.
What do you want to ask? Acha, chalo, पूछो.
अच्छा नहीं इतना भी मैं कहाँ तुम पूछूंगी. Okay, so I want to ask you, Ainy Jafri, Trish, have you ever used your celebrity status to get something or get something done?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, people constantly like to get something done, as in
Get something for free?
yeah. Matlab people offer it, right? They do.
Have you asked for it? Not offer.
Oh, so
I'm Ainy Jafri. Give it to me for free.
maybe like for a reservation or something. Sometimes when you're like, it's for me. I'm Ainy Jafri. I'll give up. Like I'll promote your restaurant. Like I don't know when that is ever. Let me think. Yeah, I have. I can't remember a specific time, but I have used it and said that मैं Ainy Jafri हूँ, मुझे कर देना. I'll promote something, or like it's a two-way road. I have. I just can't remember, but yes,
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
It's okay if they want to, and I've also been told sorry. That's not good enough. ये भी हुआ है. And I'm like, अच्छा ठीक है, okay.
My question?
Your question.
Because we can't be doing this. We'll answer the same thing.
No, your
then.
question, Ella. Okay, this is a ridiculous question. If your laugh had to be replaced with an animal sound for the rest of your life, which one would you choose and why?
Hyena.
Okay.
I love it. I love laughing.
Make the sound.
I mean, I think my laugh is a hyena laugh anyway. So I love it. I love to laugh. I love to laugh at myself also.
How did hyenas laugh? Oh my god.
Something like
You
that.
Look like, okay, fine. We do it.
I
You
look
did
like one
like
also.
Cute.
I don't care. I just love laughing at myself, and it's easy. I don't get offended.
I think one of the most attractive features about a person is their laugh. If it's just not, like if it's just open and completely unfiltered laugh, like people aren't
Yeah, but
shy
mine
to laugh,
isn't.
khul ke.
No, but mine isn't. Mine will. Then I'll start
No,
clapping.
people
you.
laugh at my
I
laugh.
start hitting people. I go ha ha ha. I can't even do it right now, but it's too loud and it's not ladylike. But it's okay. I love it. It's fine.
No, but that's what I mean.
That's
if
my
it's not
laugh.
ladylike, if it's not posh
So-
and everything, if you just laugh,
It's fine.
The way you want to laugh, I think
Dil
that's
khol
an
ke.
attractive
Okay,
thing.
so a bit deeper. How would you want to be remembered, Annie?
Yeah. Ooh. I would want to be remembered as somebody who was kind. I think that, yeah, who was kind and who made people feel good about themselves.
Okay.
Okay, actually, let me ask you the same question. How would you want to be remembered, Hajra?
Again, kind-hearted, made a difference to someone's life in some way. I would like to be remembered as a loving person. And yeah, I think that's about it, right?
Okay, yeah. Your phone autocorrects your name to something absurd every time.
Hajra.
What's the word?
Hajra.
Hajra. I have some worse ones
Hajra.
for you, but maybe your phone doesn't autocorrect. Okay. Hajra
Is this
pretty
the
bad.
question?
That was a question. You
Oh,
answered
yeah.
it.
Hajra, whatever.
Hajra is not.
It's
I
okay.
guess.
I wanted to change my name seriously. Like I had decided, this is my name. I'm changing it. I'm going through the legalities of changing my name.
You don't like
मैंने नहीं
Hajra?
किया. When I was younger, मुझे नहीं पसंद था because it was just hard to get on everyone's mouth, यार. Like like all sorts of butchery, बेचारे एक simple से नाम की,
Yeah.
And then used to ask me, do you have a nickname? I don't have a nickname.
Hajra,
So
I think I
then-
can relate.
Yeah,
Have you heard
Nick,
my name?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what it is? What is it?
Kurtilen.
And it has 2 hyphens.
But I think पूरी दुनिया में हर Kurtilen का नाम Annie है.
I've
not really. Yeah, yeah.
जितने मैंने देखे हैं या जितने से मैं मिली हूँ और yeah, exactly.
So everybody who calls you Kurtilen, I hope your mother does.
Nobody on the
Please
planet.
don't tell me.
No one on the planet
Who kept
calls
this
me
name?
Kurat Al-Ain, and Arabs will pronounce it better than even Pakistanis. They'll go Kurat La-Ain, but it's very heavy.
Yeah.
And when any Gora or anyone
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
planet actually asks,
Yeah.
what's your name and what's your spelling,
Yeah.
it is such a big headache because Abibi, that's my official name on my passport.
Yeah.
So I have to say Qurat-UL-AIN. So I know a
Yeah.
lot about wanting to change my name. But quickly, my mom also, her name is Gulirana, and she wanted to change her name. No, her name was to Sheher Bano. Anyways, whatever.
My niece's name is Sheher Bano.
I was like, Gulirana se Sheher Bano, all these syllables.
yeah.
Chhod de, mama. Anyways,
I like
on.
short names. Easy.
Whose question
whatever.
is it?
It's
Yours.
My turn now.
Okay.
Annie, do you have a big ego?
Do you think I do?
It's a question to you.
I know, but I kind of throw it back. No, I don't think I have a big ego. I think I definitely have an ego. We all do. I think that is my challenge always. I try to that's one of the things that I try to work on the most is trying to minimize that as much as possible. Obviously, we all have an ego, but a big ego, I don't think so. I think it's appropriate. Appropriately big or small. Yeah. Okay, your turn. I have all these silly questions. You're asking me deeper ones.
It's
said
okay,
this is supposed
yaar.
to be awkward and absurd.
It is awkward.
Okay, if you could swap lives with an actress or an actor for a day, who would it be and why?
Actors and actress?
Any
No, I love my life. My life is a holiday.
she doesn't
man.
want to say.
My life, I want to live my life again if I was born also. Alhamdulillah.
Wow.
My life.
Exactly your life. You
Exactly
wouldn't
my
want
life.
to change life if you
No,
had to be
every
reincarnated.
single day of my life being me and what I've done and what I do and what I will do, inshallah. I want to be me again.
Okay, this
again,
is
and again.
Hajar's perfect. She doesn't want to be any.
Yeah, it's not called
planet.
perfect. Alhamdulillah, I love everything about my life.
Nyan.
Nyan.
Okay, fine, whatever. Boring. Hajar's coming back as Hajra.
Celebrity. Calls a celebrity. I mean, I'm sure. Sorry, Alhamdulillah, I have a better life. I mean, better life because, I'm content. I don't compare. I'm happy with what I have. I love everything
Maybe
about
I
myself.
should change the question if you could swap your life.
Actually,
with
you just want to make it
anyone for a
awkward for
day.
me, na? Bas, go on. What?
Okay.
Huh.
You ask.
My question.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Your biggest regret in life so far?
God, yours are deep. I'm gonna ask you the same question. My biggest regret in life so far. Uh, being it's an ongoing thing, but reacting larger than the situation requires. Yeah, getting angrier than necessary at times. Yeah, because that doesn't help anyone. And yeah. Oh, you know what? It's a good question, so I'll ask you.
No, you can't. You have 16 questions. तुम अपने questions पे ध्यान दो.
Hajra!
तुम अपने ध्यान पे दो, please, okay?
Hajra, what's your biggest regret? No, but these are good questions, so I want to ask you, and people want to know.
My biggest regret so far, um, making very stupid mistakes when I was younger, and thinking that this is it, this is it, this is the end of life. ऐसा नहीं होगा तो life will end. And pinning my hope on stupid people. And thank God I overcame that.
Your answer wasn't, I have no regrets because I want to
No,
come
no.
back as myself.
Myself, more to that myself. That's
All
living
those-
my life now.
all
You
those
replace
mistakes
me.
made you who
That
you
little
are.
thing, that little phase. You know, when you're younger, when you're
Yeah,
like a
when you were
teenage
stupid.
and you're in your
Yeah.
20s, मोहब्बत हो जाती है आपको
Yeah.
donkeys से. फिर उसके बाद, you know,
But that's how you learn.
life
also.
में थोड़ी
Yeah, I think
चीजें.
you learn
But then you
from
learn
it. Yeah.
and then you realize that, you know, that's it, that little bump. But otherwise, no. Otherwise, great. Oh my God.
What's the weirdest skincare hack you've tried that actually worked? Weirdest.
Weirdest skincare hack. What? Really nothing. I'm just
Some jaddi booties you put on your face. That
man.
work.
Listen, all of these face masks and homemade stuff, I've done them as when I was younger, and तब तो लगता था. I think skin वैसे भी बहुत अच्छी थी, तो whatever we used to put on, वो धोने के बाद वैसे ही साफ लगती है. So I don't really know. I don't really trust anything. I don't know.
Did you ever use Upton?
Yeah, I used Upton. I used Basin. I used banana. I used
What is Upton meant to do?
Strawberries. I put cucumber. I've done
What is Upton
beetroot.
meant to do?
Upton basically is meant to just make your skin fresh and glowy. शादी से पहले. I don't know शादी से पहले. What's the
You did
point
do
of
that?
that? Yeah, I did do
वो
that.
करती थी ना नई brides के लिए. Do you remember those ads from मुझे तो याद है वो Upton में यहाँ लगाओ यहाँ. I never did that, but I guess it was
Yeah.
for smoother glowing skin. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Did it work?
I don't know. I don't really know if it all
You
these
have
things
to, you
work.
can ask
My
me.
question, yes.
Yeah.
Why are my questions so deep? Should I? Okay, let me
No,
get.
it's good.
I'm going to get on to my deep questions because hey, na.
Basically, let me say something. Hajra told me Annie, let's ask each other.
But these
funny,
are awkward.
Absurd,
वो भी
awkward questions.
awkward, mixed ना.
Having regrets is
Yeah.
a very normal.
Okay.
You know, I got a different memo.
Are you happy in life?
I don't know if you guys remember, but in the first episode, I said I'm a confused person. But am I happy? Yes, I am. I have a lot, alhamdulillah, to be happy about. I have a healthy family. I have great friends. I have, mashallah, a lot.
A lot of blessings,
Allah has given
alhamdulillah.
me a lot of blessings, so I am happy. Are there things that I'm struggling with, that I'm, confused about, and all of that as well? But overall, am I happy in life? The overall answer would be, at this point, yes.
Ding! Next one.
Alhamdulillah. I feel like I should ask every question that you're asking back to you, because I think people would like to know that.
तो तुम मुझसे ज़्यादा सवाल करोगी फिर?
नहीं ना, हम एक
अपने भी पूरे करोगी?
नहीं, वो भी तो हो रहे हैं.
अच्छा.
जब हमारा टाइम खत्म हो जाए, हम खत्म हो जाएंगे.
Am I
Are you
happy in
These
life?
are good questions. That's why.
I'm happy in life because life is not disappointing me in any way. Everything that I want in life, alhamdulillah, it might not happen the minute it should happen, but I always believe tawakkal Allah. So whatever will happen is better than what I perceive should happen for me. So that has kept me going on, and I think my entire life up tak ऐसा ही मुझे लगता है, the pattern has been like that. That what I want, really want, वो मुझे शायद नहीं मिलता, but alhamdulillah उससे better मिलता है.
Okay.
So initially, like, when something, news breaks and something, I'm told this is happening, that is happening, it's never like, but I always have to tell myself, Hajra, the pattern is something is better. So then, yes, I am happy that way because I know something better is going to happen, and Allah will never do anything that will be disappointing in my life for me.
You know how you said you have a sixth sense?
Yeah.
Does that apply to yourself?
I
Or
feel,
is it
yeah.
for other people only?
No.
Well, it probably helps you then.
Yeah, it does. That's why I'm a bit calm. And sometimes, when I was younger also, and I used to like, when siblings fight and stuff like that, I used to be calm like this. I like, how we're like, our director producer tells us, "Ab बैठ के बस बैठ जाती हैं." Like, that is just me. I just sit and I'm just really calm. And my sister used to poke at me, and I just sit there. And people can poke at me at too much, and I'll be,
And I'm the
करते रहो,
opposite.
करते रहो
बल्कि
भाई.
I'm the opposite. I've been told by our cameraman also कि Annie आप बहुत हिलती हैं. आप please ना हाजरा की तरह से बैठ जाए. I'm like ये तो मैं कर ही नहीं सकती. अभी भी लग रहा है कि मैं चिपक गई हूँ ना. मुझे जैसे स्कॉच टेप से बिठा दिया.
But we don't have to be the same. We have to be different. And
I mean, we have to be who we are.
Yeah, we
But
are.
I'm the opposite of you. You know how you're saying your sister poked? For me, it's more like टांगे जो तुम्हारी हिल रही हैं, Annie ऐसे करो, उसमें शैतान है. You know, have you heard this?
yeah.
कि अगर टांग हिल रही है, उसमें
Yeah.
शैतान है. Like for me, it's the opposite of you. People are like, can you just be still and relax and not move so much? I don't know why. It's just my energy. So I'm very different to you. Interesting.
it's great. We still get along.
That's okay. Who
No,
wants
but
to be
people
with
think,
their
oh, you can't
clones?
get along if you're very different, but you can.
No,
Okay,
that's boring.
my question, your question.
Your question.
भाई तुमने मैंने मेरा
यही
question
शायद होगा, इतनी
मेरा
deep
question
नहीं
मेरे
पूछो.
पर तुमने डाल
तब
दिया.
मुझे कहा तो यही होगा ना.
अच्छा
मैंने asked-
सही है,
it's-
चलो
it's
ठीक
still a
है.
question
Okay,
to you.
another deep question.
देखा?
What makes you cry?
Oh, a lot of things. Happy moments, sad moments. Yeah, I don't find it that hard to cry, to be honest. So yeah, like something that's overwhelmingly lovely also can, like bring you tears of joy. And as I said, also if something is like extremely moving or sad, also chopping onions makes me cry. And on set, as an actor, sometimes you struggle, right? You have to, especially in our dramas, there's a lot of crying, especially if you're a woman, there's a lot of crying. So a mix of things. Sometimes a situation, if it really is moving itself, like the story,
Yeah.
it's a situation that you're in the show, just really feeling it and really immersing yourself in that alternate situation could make me cry. Sometimes pulling back on memories, real memories, but then you only have a certain amount of memories. So once a director told me, okay, once you're finished with that bank of memories, then you won't have anything. So then I remember once I imagined some family members who are alive, कि वो मर गए. So I was like really feeling that, and that made me cry. My cat even, I was like imagining my cat all dead, bichara, and even some family members, as I said. So like lots of different things.
You're an emotional person.
I think as an actor you need to
got
like
to,
have different sort
Yeah.
of tools to make you cry, because you're not always going to cry on cue. What's one piece of unsolicited advice you've received that actually turned out to be helpful?
You gave it to me.
Oh, say it.
I'm not saying it.
You have to actually
Oh
loser.
no! Oh Lord.
अच्छा चलो फिर एक बड़ी चीज पूरी खानी है ना, तुम्हें ही बहुत शौक था.
यार एक मिनट ठहरो, मैं सोचने दो.
नहीं आप छोड़ दो. अच्छा,
क्यों
चलो.
छोड़ दूं?
नहीं हाँ ये भी
चिल्ली भी
चलो.
खाऊं मैं.
Second chances मिलने चाहिए सबको. Unsolicited advice which you got. You didn't ask for it, but it turned
I
out
did
to
not
be
ask
useful.
for it, and you gave it to me. It was very deep, and I don't even know if you remember it.
So why don't you want to say it?
Because I don't remember it word to word, but I get the gist of it. The
Maybe
gist
I'll
of
help
it
you.
basically was like, just don't say things that you don't have to say or talk about.
Oh, that was me. I should take.
That was
own
me.
advice.
Well, it's deep. Well, it was that, and बोल दिया ना मैंने. But
थोड़ा explain नहीं करना है तुम्हें.
नहीं.
Okay, fine. Everybody can understand.
You
Go
can
ahead.
understand, right? Like उतनी बात करे जो ज़रूरत है, उससे ज़्यादा बात ना करो. There's no need.
Actually, Faris had told me this, which is Nana or Dada.
And I
One
don't
of
do
his-
that usually, but
Yeah.
it's a reminder. Sometimes आपका दिल करता है ना
Yeah.
to say things, but then if you're reminded at the right time, okay, perfect. It's a sign. I've received it, and that means that even if I felt like talking about it, I shouldn't. And it's best. जितना कम बोलो, best है आपके लिए life में.
What were the 3 rules that he had said? He had said only say something if it's.
This
if
is
it-
Faris
if it-
or who?
Yeah, which
Faris.
his grandfather had told him. it should have 2 of 3 rules. If it's kind, if it's true, the third will come to me. But it has to.
No, you also said your mom also says something.
Rules.
My mom will say, if something is just not going
necessary.
Huh.
Kind, true, and necessary. It's not important to be all 3, but it should be 2 of the 3. Kind, necessary, and true. Think about that.
Yep.
Okay.
My turn now. Okay. My next question for you is, did I ask you this? What is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Oh, that's a good one.
See, I have such great questions.
Yeah, you do. But you told me to make them silly and ridiculous, and you're asking like very good, deep questions. But that's why I'm throwing them back at you, because, it doesn't make... Anyways, that's fine. So, misunderstood that I think... Maybe you can... I don't know. That I am... Do you want to answer it? I don't know.
It's your
But
question.
Other people are the ones misunderstanding.
हाँ तो
मुझे
what
क्या पता?
कभी किसी ने कहा नहीं कि अब मुझे लगा था आप and you're like, no, I'm not, or they just believe to tell you, our friends sometimes tell you, I never thought you're going to be this type, that type, and
Maybe people think I'm not as friendly as when they meet me. They're like, we never knew that, because I think, especially when I was acting a lot, and so then actors have a sort of, people think they might be unapproachable, a little bit standoffish, and I think that's something that people say that when they actually meet me, I'm very approachable, I'm quite down to earth. So maybe that, yeah.
Your question.
Do you want me to ask you the same one?
No, I mean, you have so many of yours.
Okay, I have a fun one. What's the most ridiculous thing you've done to impress someone? And don't say I haven't. I give you one.
What have I done?
The most ridiculous thing you've done to impress someone. A guy, a girl, or whatever.
What is the most ridiculous thing? Oh my God, I'm just full of ridiculousness. So that's when like, which bit have I done? Wow, it's not coming to me. And I'm sure I have, because
We can cut and give you time.
Yeah, just let me think. Ridiculous thing I've done to impress someone. I mean, I've done silly things also, like to over impress myself by like turning up at places an hour early. Not because, no, I haven't really. No, can't think of anything.
You've not done anything like ridiculous to impress anyone?
Give me an idea. What have you done? What ridiculous stuff have you impressed someone?
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to cut now. Let's just think. Because I mean, we have to have some answers. मैंने definitely किया तो
किया होगा, मतलब क्या है ridiculous?
Ooh, okay, so I haven't done anything like, I don't know if that's ridiculous, but like topics, like there was someone who I wanted to impress with knowledge, and that person was very knowledgeable about certain things. So I did a lot of research on those topics, which I didn't know anything about, but just did enough talking points that when I could. But that's like not a ridiculous thing. That's a normal thing to do. If you want to impress someone, you would do your research about a topic that they are interested in. Is that ridiculous? No.
No.
Ridiculous is...
when you try to overcompensate sometimes, when you go to certain places and you don't know anybody and you want to overcompensate and just be... I don't know, I wouldn't say life of the party, but not be like a boring, like one, you just try to go to people and just like talk and talk and talk. But I don't think that's ridiculous. I don't think we have. Ab tak alhamdulillah nahi kiya.
Okay. If our answers are very boring, we'll also cut those answers. I don't want to bore everybody.
My turn.
I guess. ये सभी पूरा answer होगा.
What is the most hurtful thing someone's done to you?
Hajra, how are these absurd and ridiculous questions?
Awkward,
what is the
most
hurtful thing?
Has anyone hurt you ever?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the most hurtful thing is very, like, hurtful. So, I guess, how, because, like, the most hurtful thing is the most hurtful thing would be like somebody like, mistreating you when you're a child.
No, for your personal. What's the most hurtful thing someone's done to you?
I just said mistreating me when I'm a child.
Who mistreated you?
But Hajra, it's very deep and dark. Are we going to go there? That's what I'm saying. Mistreating a child is when a child doesn't understand things, they don't... have the comprehension for certain things, and you go and do something to a child which can mess them up for the rest of their life. That's what I'm talking about. So are we getting into like stuff like abusing a child? So that's obviously the most hurtful, but that's like very dark.
But God forbid, there's no abuse here, right?
Have I ever been abused as a child? I'm not talking about parents and all, but like, yes, I have. We can talk about it later. We can have a more serious topic about child abuse. We've gone very dark right now. But have I had things happen to me which are not so rosy and pretty? Yes. That's probably the most hurtful thing.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're getting deep.
Moving
but I'm
on.
real answers.
Okay. Ask me another one.
26.
Cut?
26.
ये दो questions तो कटेंगे, don't worry.
नहीं अभी हमारे क्योंकि थोड़ा margin है.
हाँ.
Should I ask you something?
Yeah,
More light?
हाँ, light कर. अब तुम्हारे में करते हैं, चलो.
What's the beauty product? Because you have so many beauty products. I just saw
It's my
her makeup bag.
गंदा सा makeup
ऐसे
bag है मेरा.
निकल रही थी चीजें. What's the most what's the
ऐसे
beauty
तीन है मेरे
product
पास.
you spend way too much money on only to realize it was completely useless?
Creams, moisturizers.
है ना?
बहुत ज़्यादा.
Let's
I've
not
spent
name
so
brands.
much.
है ना?
And they weren't brands, but which is from the pharmacy, right? I told you these French pharmacies I used to buy from. But I used to buy so many of them and
spend a lot of money on them.
a lot of money on them. And then just realized they're just not good.
Like you can use your simple store-bought, like
No,
a good
but again, what I'm using is also not simple and store-bought, but it's one and I'm not going to say it's cheap and cheerful, but it's all you need. You know what I'm saying? It works.
Instead of the
Whereas
whole-
all this is adding up to ruining my skin. At least buy something that is working on the skin. So yeah, no, I've done that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
So my next question is, what's the most hurtful thing someone's done to you?
Ooh. Well, there's obviously okay. There's a lot of ways to answer that. I can get very deep and serious, which will then it won't be as light as. I'm going to touch upon something then, and then we're not going to go into it right now because this episode is about asking each other questions, and then we can maybe have an episode about this later. But I think the most hurtful. I think the most. This is so tough for me to answer. When you're a child, I think, and you don't have the tools to fight back,
Yeah.
and you're not able to, so I think the situation where there's an adult or an older person and a child, and you act inappropriately with a child, I think that is probably one of the most hurtful things that can happen to a person because, जब आप छोटे होते हैं, you're the most impressionable. There's enough science and data to say when you're young, things that happen to you in your formative years can have lasting impact for the rest of your life, and then you have to like not just live life, but you have to deal with those things constantly. So I think probably the most hurtful thing happened when I was a child, and it shouldn't have happened. Let's just put it that, let's not get more into it, I guess.
Oh my.
Hajra, this happens to a lot of people. I think 90% of people have some childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And if they're saying that they haven't, then they're very, very lucky. So, but that's, this is a good topic for an episode in the future about like childhood traumas and how to deal with them as an adult because they keep coming back. And if you're not lucky enough to have people in your life where you can talk to and then professionals also, then, that's something that you have, it's an added challenge to an already. Oh, well, this is an interesting one, I guess. If you could make one South Asian stereotype disappear forever, which one would it be and why? And there's so many South Asian
stereotypes.
So you have
शादी करो.
Ooh.
शादी करो. ये मैं हटा दूँ. Like let a girl live her life. Don't pressure her कि शादी के बाद सब करेगी. Don't pressure her कि शादी करेगी. End of वही है. This is it. अगर आपकी शादी नहीं होती लाइफ में. Life is about yourself, living your life also. The pressure कि आपने शादी करनी है, चाहे गधे से भी करनी है, is not the right thing in life. So that pressure should go because इतने beautiful years होते हैं आपकी life में that you want to enjoy and live. And all you remember sometimes, if you have that pressure of शादी, is इसकी शादी नहीं हो रही. And then the last couple of years that you live with your parents before you get married, all you remember
It's the
कि
pressure.
धक्का मार रहे थे बस मुझे निकल जाओ इस घर से, like शादी कर लो शादी करो शादी करो. It has to be a beautiful, your journey in life should be beautiful. So एक बार शादी निकाल दें प्लीज हमारे में से. ये नहीं कहें कि शादी ना करें, नहीं होनी चाहिए, and the pressure should not be there. That's all. आपने आप 20 साल में करनी है, 18 में करनी है, वो आपकी मर्जी है. 30 में करनी है, 40 में करनी है, 50 में करनी है, वो भी आपकी मर्जी है.
Yeah, I think because a woman's value for some reason is really tolofied by her marital
Marriage.
status
Yes.
in our part of the world so much. I mean, that's again another whole topic which
Yeah,
you've kind
yeah,
of opened
yeah.
up, which we will talk about why
Yeah,
there's pressure
yeah,
for marriage.
yeah, absolutely. Or there's little things that I haven't been through myself. I've never lived in Pakistan, but what I hear कि like कुछ काम कराना हो, आदमी है घर में कोई, या आदमी like the woman can also do it. The man doesn't have to be there.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Actually,
Yeah.
I was talking to a school mom and she was like talking about like some financy bits and yeah, like some like bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Because I'm a class rep and I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna ask my husband for help because I'm not great in maths and
Okay.
I'm not even good with Excel. And she was like, why, Annie? You should be able to do it yourself. And she was totally right. And I was like, you know what? I don't know her that well, but she was like, don't do that. Don't be like, I'm gonna ask Faris for help, or and she was right. Like I also am a little bit like right now some of the bulbs aren't working in the house. So I was like, Faris, can you change the bulbs? Why does he have to be the electrician? Ek hai hamare paas ladder, and I should why? He has a full-time job and I should be able to change the bulbs.
Not because you're a woman. It's
No, I don't know
all the
why.
things you got, you
The
should be able to do it
electrical parts.
yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm also guilty of that. So good reminder. Okay.
Good. Am I asking you a question now?
Oh yeah.
If Faris
What
had
to
to
answer
talk
anything
about
else?
Faris, if Faris had to describe you, what would he say?
Oh my god, he would not be very favorable right now. I think I don't know, but I think he would be like, if he had to describe me, he might say I'm impulsive. Because I think that's the one thing that we probably butt heads with. I mean, he would say I'm, very like I'm fun. I'm a great mom, but I think he would also say I'm impulsive and anger management issues. Because unki family mein, they don't even raise their voices. I tell you, they talk like this, like they're just, and even like his parents are. I mean, it's amazing. Like they, kuch hota hai, if something happens, they're like ab ho gaya. Like they're very zen. And honestly, in my house, we don't like being zen is something that collectively we struggle with. I'm talking about mom, dad, aunts, uncles. Collectively, we struggle with being zen.
High energy.
Yeah.
But they're all creative.
so-
They're just different, which is
No, I'm
yeah.
not saying bad or good, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, because he's from a different sort of, family and background.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like, and when we argue, but this might be a good thing, it's very easy for me to forget the fight and immediately become okay, because that's how, then obviously that's our coping mechanism that I've also learned is कि अगर we're also like इतनी लड़ाई हो
Out of the
इस
system.
level पे 2 minutes later I'm like जी मामा आप क्या कहेंगे, and we love each other again because वो हो गया, we built like that. And for him, he's like, Annie, it's not that easy. If we have an argument, or 2 seconds बाद, you're like, so Faris, where are we going for dinner? Or what are we doing? Or बताओ ये कैसे? And he's like, for me to switch from that mode to this mode, like, how do you do it? So I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he's like, that is very unusual to me. So yeah. I don't know if I answered your question or went
You did.
round and about.
You did.
I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
Also, what was that question about hurt? Who's hurt you the most, or not who? Rather, what did they do that hurt you a lot? Let's see how vulnerable Hajra can get, because it's tougher for her to get vulnerable.
I don't really get hurt as such.
Dekha?
But I don't really get hurt as such. But I think I had an incident where someone very unexpectedly said something to me in front of a lot of people, and I did not see that coming. And the way they said it and their behavior changed like overnight, and I just could never ask them, and I didn't want to share it with anybody else. So I was suffocating within myself, Like, why would someone be like that? Why would they say that to me? Um, and it took me some time to overcome that. And the way I overcame that is by just being extremely over nice to the same person.
Oh.
You know, as वो कहते हैं ना कि sweetness kills something. I don't know. There's a something.
Killing
Killing by kindness.
Killing with
Basically, that's what I
kindness,
said. Killing with kindness. And eventually, I wouldn't say we then were in an amazing relationship, but then like civil and tamizdar and normal.
So what they did
But
change
never-
your relationship forever?
No, it didn't. It didn't change forever. But you know, when the relationship was so nice, and then suddenly, overnight, it just I don't know what happened. I never questioned. I don't know. Even to now, I don't know why.
Why didn't you question if you were hurt?
I don't think I was. It was so. It was so silly, and the pattern was there, and I couldn't understand why.
So why wouldn't you ask if you were hurt?
Why wouldn't I ask? Because you know, sometimes I feel any asking questions don't really help. Yeah, because certain relationships you can ask questions, and certain relationships even you think that you can ask questions, you actually can't ask any question. Because if I say to you, I have a problem, you have a problem with me, you'll be like, you'll be so super defensive.
I disagree. Can you cut you off? I think if you have a real relationship with someone,
If you have a real relationship,
but
nah.
the person hurt you, so Hajra, clearly you
But
thought
again,
you did.
she did hurt me, but I would say I don't think the relationship was necessary enough. Like I didn't give that.
Hajra basically discarded someone because they hurt her. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
If a relationship is real, as a friend, I would say
Then would.
Then why did the person hurt you? Because they were obviously real enough to you to be able to hurt this Hajra made of steel who doesn't get hurt. ये भी मुझे तुमसे पूछना है. You know what? I would just say.
Do I make a sense of it? Because I don't want to get the whole story out.
I think
I wouldn't
don't
name
like
anyone.
to let your guard down. But that's your personality, and that's okay. You know, it gets you through life.
No, I have
and it makes you want to be yourself when you come right back.
Big ego.
Oh yeah, I didn't ask her that question.
Yeah, I have a very big ego.
I think if you say that someone like you haven't been hurt that much in life, I don't know how real that can be. Like really? But you don't allow yourself. You put some kind of shield barrier.
hurt
आर्निका लगाया है तुमने
आर्निका मुंह पे
आर्निका तुमने
कांस्टेंट है टैबलेट्स भी
बॉडी
नहीं देखो हर्ट तो आप होते हो ना इट्स हाउ यू टेक इट राइट व्हेन यू गेट हर्ट बाय सर्टेन सिचुएशंस डिपेंड्स व्हाट यू डू यू क्राई आई एम अ वेरी इमोशनल पर्सन ठीक है the idea when I wasn't married I would just sitting down anywhere thinking about my parents are going to get old, they're not going to be around, I would cry. Becoming a mother, वो तो पता नहीं आई थिंक कोई इमोशनल चीज़ वैसी स्विच ऑन हो जाती है आपको हर बात पे रोना आता है मुझे तो टिकटॉक वीडियोस पे भी रोना आ जाता है यू नो तो मुझे तो बातों पे रोना चाहिए किसी की डिवोर्स हो रही उस बात पे दुख हो जाता है किसी का ये हो गया मुझे रोना आ गया हाँ but I'm not saying कि I don't show it. I don't want to show it. I don't want people to see it. If I'm having the shittiest day, if I'm having crisis in my life.
But I didn't ask you if you're showing it. I asked you what hurt you the most. But you said this girl.
So that's what I don't show. I don't show it. When someone hurt me, where I did not expect someone to hurt me, in making a comment, and all I did is basically I took it badly, very badly. I shared it with Abbas. And then he's great. He's great support. He always guides me and calms me down. And then he said, just kill it with kindness. I didn't really need. But pata kya Ainy? It's a thing. You talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more you share about it with people, it just becomes a nuisance.
You don't need to share with people. You just need to talk to it about with the person that hurt you. You don't need to share with anybody.
I didn't give them that importance.
Yeah, I think you have a habit of maybe discarding people if they hurt you. Do you think you might have this problem?
Probably do, yeah.
She doesn't give a shit, so... Okay, would you want to ask another question?
Yes, I would like you to
We're
name
way over
me all your ex-boyfriends, please.
She is a...
Haina. That's a Haina laugh.
Lahore wala kuwat I never dated. पागल तो नहीं हो गई
सीधा
डेटिंग क्या चीज होती
सीधा तुम्हारी शादी हुई थी
नहीं तो शादी हो गई
सीधा
मैं तो हलाल
Of course.
Alarm.
Of course. With that, everybody, we have
मैं खा लेती हूँ चिली, इतनी भी झूठी नहीं हूँ. चलो, okay. Because मैं कोई नाम वाम नहीं दे रही किसी का कुछ भी. Damn. Okay. I hate you. ये भी सकलैन की वजह से किसी को तो चिली खानी चाहिए.
नहीं, बट सवाल भी तो ऐसा होना चाहिए ना. अच्छा बस, it's okay. It's okay. नहीं बस, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my god, ये तो है भी वो वाली चिली, प्रॉपर वाली. मैंने भी जर्नी से कहा था अच्छी मिर्चें वाली देना जरा. Oh my god. Thank you. Ainy and Hajra, unscripted.
Unscripted.